Guys, we got an employee that shot people.
Okay.
Motherfucker is just racist. Just flat out racist.
He posted on Facebook last night, and he came to work all weird.
Boss man makes black jokes every day. My name is Black Jerry.
But I just remember looking up and I saw Jerry with the gun. He did one of these and pulled the trigger at my dad.
You guys. And I really hope y'all do that.
In Clinton Township, Michigan, an employee films his morning commute to work, ranting about alleged racism, bullying, and mistreatment by his coworkers. The last thing they ever expected was for him to enter the workplace armed with a gun and murder on his mind.
The kid didn't look like he had a care in the world that he just did any of that.
The following is based on official police records, and the footage has never been seen before until now. On the morning of January 9th, 2018, 25-year-old construction worker Jerry Motley Jr. begins recording on his way to the office.
So, now we're recording. I'm going to tell you, like I told these motherfuckers, like, they just did, like, outrageous, racist bullshit. It's like time and time I come into work, just racist. Just flat out racist. There's no giving. Dude used the word like a million times. Boss man makes black jokes every day. My name is Black Jerry. I'm the lowest paid in the company. Been there for a year. Pretty much bullshit. And I got a best friend that works there too. So it's like, even my best friend sat there and pointed out a branch, like, oh, Jerry, which one you want to be hanged from? Him and Johnny. It's like, y'all like think like doesn't like click. Like, y'all are ignorant. Y'all just think money is the power of everything. Really, a weapon is the power of everything. I'm just basically saying, you guys. And I really hope y'all do that.
Minutes later, Jerry arrives at his workplace. He parks his car and calmly heads toward the front door as he'd likely done every workday for the past year. But this time, tucked into a hoodie pocket underneath his jacket, is a fully loaded pistol.
Lock it. Where's Tom?
Shot, we don't know.
Look and see. Oh, God, he is.
911, where is your emergency?
I need an ambulance immediately at Reliable Fence. Guys, we got an employee that shot people.
Where is the person that shot him?
I don't know. We have 4 rooms back there, and when I'm in a locked room. I
Okay.
need police and I need an ambulance staff.
Okay, where I have everybody coming. Where is the victim?
He's right next to me, and I don't know who else
Okay,
he
is he?
shot. Who else did he
All right,
shoot?
is he breathing?
Yes, he's breathing.
Okay, where is he shot?
In the chest.
Okay, do we have anything to put on the wound?
He's got his glove against it now.
Okay.
Just stay still.
You-
His dad shot
All right,
him.
who is the?
His
All right,
dad
who's the
shot-
person?
He shot my brother. I have 2 people shot.
Okay, where's the other?
Brother, he's trying to leave. I need police now.
The dispatcher requests information about the suspect's car, but the woman on the line is unable to answer as someone delivers a crushing confirmation.
You mean my brother's shot?
Ma'am, take it. Okay, ma'am, take a deep breath. Ma'am, we have everybody coming. Okay. Ma'am, somebody get on the phone with me, please. Ma'am, hello. Ma'am, hello.
Black Jerry?
As more calls reach dispatchers, they're able to learn from other employees that the suspect fled the scene in a gray Saturn.
It's a black male. He works with us. I don't know. He posted on Facebook last night, and he came to work all weird.
Okay. Listen, we got everybody coming to help you. Take a deep breath. What's his name?
Jerry Motley. He shot Tom? What the? I have one
Conscious
person
and
that's
breathing?
conscious and breathing that shot. He's standing right in front of
Okay.
me.
All right, and what about the other person?
Other person's on the ground, looks like he's dead.
The Clinton Township Police Department arrived to the shocking aftermath of Jerry's rampage. One victim, Angelo Joe McCauley III, was treated by paramedics at the scene and transferred to McLaren Hospital with multiple gunshot wounds. In a back office, the business owner, 61-year-old Thomas Edward Batke, was found face up on the tile floor in a pool of blood, with a fatal gunshot wound to the head. The murder weapon, a semi-automatic pistol, was found near his legs, containing 7 unspent rounds. Several employees were brought into the police station and asked to describe for detectives exactly what happened.
We all gather in Tom's office in the morning to find out what we're doing for the day, and just kind of bull talk and see what's going on. And Jerry was just acting really weird this morning.
In what way? Was he not talking to people
No.
he normally does?
No, yeah, just not talking. And his buddy Jeff in the other room was like his best friend, and Jeff said hi to him, and he's like, walked away, just mumbled something and walked away. I'm like, okay, that's weird. Well, anyways, we're all in Tom's office to find out what's going on. And all of a sudden, we're like, just thinking like, where's Jerry at? And then all of a sudden, we seen the back door open, and then Jerry walks out like this.
Jerry pulls the gun out and says, "You mother, I told you to stop with me." Blam, shots once.
I've been to shooting range. I know what it smells like when you shoot a gun. I'm like, what the You know, when he shot Angelo, you can hear Angelo hit the ground.
Lori, the deceased owner's sister, described what happened next.
I can play it in my mind. Into my view came Angelo, and he's like this, and he goes, "My God, that hurts." And Jerry was there, and I said, "What the hell? What's going on?" Because I heard the sound. Was a cat gun, firework? I mean, never in a million years. And he turned and he went this way through the door, and the door slammed, and boom, boom against the door. And I was trying to push against the door, and I couldn't. I'm like, "What is going on?" Because I could hear it all against the door.
When he shot Joe, he was still going after Joe. He didn't have any intentions on going in the office because he was walking past the office. And I think that's when Dylan was right there and jumped on him. But when he was walking past the office, I could have sworn I heard him say, "I'm sick of this bullshit."
Employee Dylan then attempted to stop Jerry from firing the gun again.
I grabbed both of his wrists and threw him up against the wall, and I couldn't hold him forever, and I knew that. I held him for about 20 seconds, and then he found a way into the office, and Tom, at the time my boss, the second guy that got shot, he was trying to lock the door.
It was then that Jeff jumped in to help, but the struggle spilled over into the owner's office.
They moved into the office, and he still had the gun, and I looked, and my dad, since Jeff was on him, my dad saw that, and he went to grab his arm and try to get control of it so no one else got shot. And then I saw that, and they were leaning on my dad's desk. So I jumped on Jerry, and I put him in a chokehold. And I don't know where my dad was. I know he was in there somewhere, but I just remember looking up, and I saw Jerry with the gun. He did one of these and pulled the trigger at my dad. Then after that, Jerry had the gun like this, and he shot it at the wall, and then he ended up dropping it. I don't know if it was because I was still choking him, so I don't know if he was losing consciousness. Then after that, it would be him and Jeff just fell to the ground in the doorway. And I remember looking up to the right, and I just saw my dad laying there. I could tell he was almost passed out because he started gagging. I kind of let off because I didn't want to kill him. You know what I mean? But I sat there telling him, I was like, "You just killed my dad." Because I knew right away when I saw him laying there that there was no.
Did he say anything after you said that?
No.
Did he?
No, I got up. Since I was the first one to get up, I walked out front because I didn't know what to do. Because deep down I knew what happened, but I didn't know what to do.
It was then that Jerry, just as casually as he entered, made his way back to his car. However, he didn't make it far. Just 1 mile down the road from the business, Jerry lost control of his vehicle, slamming into the rear of a flatbed truck. Despite not wearing a seatbelt, he survived and was seen by the truck driver crawling out of a shattered window, fleeing on foot.
Well, Stan.
And it's just crazy because, like, this morning I was asking what was wrong with Jerry, and, you know, Jeff told me, "Did you read his Facebook status?"
The night before the shooting took place, Jerry took to Facebook, leaving a cryptic post that hinted something dark was lingering in his mind. He detailed several incidents, writing, "You can't talk to another human being like that," then stating, "I put up with it for a year, no more."
Like, I was reading it, and it was just like all the people that gave me a hard time and this, and that, and I think he's talking about Joe.
Was there a history of Joe giving him a hard time? I mean, that you saw.
All right. Joe has done a lot of things to everybody.
Okay.
He's grabbed me by my neck and, you know, choked me up one time at a job.
Joe the owner?
No, he's a worker.
Okay.
He's grabbed the owner's son by his neck and choked him up just for stupid little bickering arguments, and he's done it to Jeff. And he always picked on Jerry.
Angelo is kind of a bully, really, honestly. He'll, like, flick cigarettes at you, he'll throw at you, he'll just do all types of stuff to, like, kind of take you off.
Right.
And picks on Jerry the most, so I could see why he was the first one shot.
According to the owner's son, there may be a reason Joe hasn't yet been fired, despite the allegations of abuse by his co-workers.
Sounds like Joe's a big dude. He's not small.
Mm-hmm.
Is he that meathead? Is he that guy that's got to pick on everybody, flick cigarettes at everybody, call names?
Oh, yeah.
Has he been there a long time? Worked for your dad?
Yeah, 17 years.
Wow.
My dad's known him since diapers. He's best friends with his dad. That's why, I mean, Joe's caused fights around there in the past 7 years that I've been there. Me and him butted heads a few times.
Does he keep his job because of the relationship between your dad and his dad?
Oh, yeah.
Why I think he shot Tom is because nothing happened. We've brought to Tom's attention that Joe is... Nobody likes Joe there. Everybody will tell you that. Nobody likes Joe here. We tolerate him. He's a to everybody. You know, he's just a cocky dude, you know. Just thinks his don't stink.
In part of Jerry's recording filmed prior to the shooting, he made it clear why Joe was a target.
And Joe, the reason I shot Joe because you're just ignorant. You're the mixture of racist and ignorant. Always constantly yelling at me, telling me to do. I done did everything that you said, but you're still crying about everything. Saying that I ain't worthless, what the hell am I doing in this company? You sat there and antagonized me that one day, and I told you to stop. Like, man, you got me up. Then the boss man's gonna defend you.
Have people gone to the owners about Joe and said, hey, things you gotta stop? I mean, he's basically an asshole.
Yeah, the last time, like the last situation Joe had with somebody was with me, is when he grabbed me up on my neck one time, and I told Tom, look, I'm either gonna quit, or you need to tell Joe, like, you're going to do something for him, like, get him help. And, you know, Tom told me I'm going to tell Joe to take anger management. I said, you know what, all right, I'll get over it. We're all family. We all got to work together. We've got to put roofs over our heads. That was it.
After wounding Joe, killing Tom, crashing his car, and fleeing on foot, Jerry was quickly apprehended when a Roseville police detective saw him running into a subdivision and successfully tackled him to the ground. He was then handcuffed by an officer with the Fraser Police Department, who later returned him to the custody of Clinton Township. He now sits with detectives who will hear a haunting confession regarding his motives for the brutal attack.
I got the job through my best friend. Okay, my best friend is Jeff. Pretty sure you talked to him. But something just didn't really feel right. Like, because then he started completely being that whole, just screaming and yelling at me if I get something wrong. Oh, you're stupid, you're dumb, you're worthless. The way he was acting towards me, and he was like, you would never get a raise here, you're just a piece of and you're and this, every time we get in an argument, he reverts back to racism, and it's like I'm at a losing chance, and then whoever's with him, they're tagging along, they're laughing at the jokes, so I'm just like a target, and it's just a constantly target every single day of my life.
Jeff, who explains he's known Jerry since high school, admits there was name-calling at the job site.
You know, there are times where, you know, there's racial slings back and forth, you know, he might say, or whatever, you know, or you know, he might say something about being white or something, you know. Everybody, even him, would shoot shots back. You know, it's just guys and guys. And then, like with me and him, our relationship, he technically is one of the whitest black people I know. He doesn't really like his kind either, per se. I mean, I guess you'd say back in the day, he kind of acts like it didn't really offend him as much, you know, when we were younger, you know.
In parts of the recording made before the shooting, Jerry speaks directly to his best friend, Jeff.
Jeff, let me tell you something. You are the most his best friend ever. The way you treated me when I first started at that company was overrage. Jumping around in the state truck, screaming, "Nick, Nick, Nick, Nick. Jerry, you ain't never gonna be nothing. My car broke down, so you had to come and get me." You just harassed me every single day. You harassed me about getting my car. When are you ever gonna get your car? I don't want to drive you. And all this other bullshit. If you ain't want to drive me, you ain't have to drive. But there's no point. I just sat there and you just screamed and yelled at me. It's like, yeah, I'm the boss of you and all this other bullshit. Like, I can't believe you.
Don't get me wrong, we all joke around. You know, it's a construction work. It's a bunch of guys.
Right.
You know, both around. You're idiot, excuse my language or whatever. Everybody picks on everybody.
All of my friends are Caucasian. All of them. And it's like I never in my life has been treated in a racial way really that bad. And it's like, it's not fair. And it's like, I even thought about like, maybe I should quit. But something inside of me was like, no, they can't get away. They can't get away with this. Like, this is not right. Y'all already broke through. Like, oh my God, it's nerve-wracking. Just thinking about it, like, it's like, how do you treat another human being so bad and expect him to be perfectly fine with it when it's a constant thing when he told y'all multiple times to stop?
Jerry points to the nickname Black Jerry as a source of resentment, but employee Dylan shares their reasons for addressing him this way.
We do call him Black Jerry, but it's not because we're trying to be racist. We have multiple Jerrys that work with us. Okay. Kind of just the easiest way. And he never told us that he didn't like it, so.
I'm the only black person there. Mm-hmm. And like, I kind of like tried to bring it up to Tom, but Tom just like brushed it off. One morning I come in, and Tom, everybody's sitting there. They're just making black jokes. Oh, when you turn off the lights, you're going to see his teeth go. Ha, ha, ha. I'm like, that's not funny. He was like, ha, ha. And then they just, no apologies, just went on about their life. Like, are you serious? Like, that's bull.
Jerry shares a more specific example of something that happened between him and Joe.
One day I was extremely pissed off, like I wasn't having a good mood. And for some reason, Tom sent me with Joe, and Joe was just being a and I was like, dude, can you just leave me alone? So I kind of got pissed off, and I went in the truck. He's hitting the window while I'm in the truck, just terrorizing me. And Jeff was like, he's not going to stop. I was like, he just needs to leave me alone. And he's all laughing about it, thinking it's all funny.
Outrageous, screaming at me. Oh, if I get something wrong, oh shit, you should already know this. You've been here for at least 2 months. I have a disability. I can't do that. I know it now that I've been there for a year. You say, I'm just doing whatever Joe's doing to you. That's not right. That's some bullshit.
Multiple co-workers acknowledged that Joe was particularly harsh with Jerry, but still couldn't believe he would take it to this extreme.
I've had him over my house a few times, we've hung out. He was a good kid. Granted, I know Angelo, he gave him quite a bit of at work, but, Jerry's a little slow. So when you tell him to do something and he doesn't do it properly, you just got to keep telling him, you know what I mean? Okay. My dad's, to be honest, everybody's told my dad, Jerry's a good kid, but he's cut out for this kind of work. My dad agreed, but he didn't want to just dump Jerry off, He wanted to help the kid. That's what he does with a lot of these people around here. He's trying to help all of them.
According to Tom's sister Lori, she encouraged her brother to fire Jerry, but Tom refused.
He's a little slow.
Who's that?
Jerry.
Okay.
And I said to my brother, Tony, things are getting slower, the winter season, you can laugh. Leave the kid alone. He needs a job. He did everything, and you killed him?
Yeah.
Tom was great to him. Tom could have canned him 6 months ago, He just wasn't the best worker all the time, again, he's just slow, doesn't like the cold, all this, so, but he was very patient with Jerry, and which is why I don't understand what...
When Tom was shot, did it look like he was the target was Jerry's intention?
Yeah, oh yeah. Right. Oh yeah, because there's 4 of us there, and he could have went off and pop all of us.
Right, but he specifically got his arm in,
and
pointed at Tom, and pulled the trigger.
Yeah.
Jerry continues his confession to investigators, sharing a specific incident regarding the owner, Tom.
Tom's started laughing, and he just turned to me. Oh, do you want to hear something funny? I'm like, not really, Tom. I really don't want to hear nothing funny. Oh, if you give a black person watermelon, he can do anything that you say. As he shakes the watermelon in front of my face. So I'm like, wow. So Joe turns around after he leaves the room and tells me, Jerry, don't tell nobody what goes down over here. Immediately I thought to myself, yeah, Because if I tell anybody, it's not gonna matter.
The kid didn't look like he had a care in the world that he just did any of that. And I don't know why he shot my dad. My dad was nothing but good to him. There's no way he just randomly decided to just bring that gun into work. You know what I mean? He wouldn't just do that. He's that type of kid where he has to plan it. He doesn't just go with the flow. His brain just doesn't work that way. I just don't understand what pushed him this far today.
So you can't picture a specific event in the last few days or whatever. Okay.
Detectives also wondered if this was a sudden decision by Jerry or something he'd been planning for some time.
Where did you get the gun from?
Gun shop.
Have you ever shot it before today?
Nope. Honestly, that's my first time ever shooting a pistol.
How did you find out how to use it?
YouTube.
YouTube. Okay.
Yeah.
Jerry explains he originally purchased it 4 months ago after a heated argument with Jeff when they were returning from a job site.
All the way back, like we're screaming and yelling at each other. He pulled over. He was like, "Your attitude is ridiculous. I hate you." And at this point, I'm already crying. I'm emotional. I don't even know what to do. I'm pissed off. So I went to go talk to Tom about it. Tom was like, "Well, all you need to do is just listen to Jeff." I'm like, "But he's screaming and yelling at me." He was like, "Are you doing what he's saying?" I was like, "But you don't have to scream and yell at me." I was like, "I messed up once and he screamed and yelled at me." She was like, "Well, all I need you to do is listen to him. Brush it off like it wasn't nothing." So I went to the gun shop, got the gun, filled out the paper and all that. First time buying a gun. So I carried it once to work because it was a potential. But like that, I backed out because it was like, okay, maybe down the road it'll change.
Mm-hmm. Maybe things will get better, right?
Right.
I was treated unfairly. Then from the simple fact that you say everything about black people, you blame black people for all your problems, and you blame me for your problems. Jimmy, you ain't never gonna be nothing. Oh my God, you're a piece of... Oh, well, here you go. Huh? Now you know.
But as Jerry reveals, he had bigger plans than targeting just Joe and Tom.
Let me ask you this. If your plan to get back at these guys worked out perfectly, what would have happened?
100%, I probably would have been shot dead on the site.
That you would have been shot dead?
Pretty much.
Or you mean you would have shot all of them dead?
No, I had a different plan for my best friend. I would have shot my best friend in his 2 legs to make sure he couldn't walk ever again. And pretty much from there, just let it role play.
Did you want to kill everybody there but your best friend?
Pretty much everybody but my best friend.
You understand what happened today. You understand that. What you did was wrong. You know what you did was wrong.
Oh, I know that.
Yeah.
I know that for a fact.
That is wrong to take a human life. You know that.
Yeah.
And you were intent on killing these people in the shop.
Yes.
And you killed Tom, you shot him in the head, and you took 2 shots at Joe. And your intentions were to kill him too.
What were you feeling when this was going on?
In my head, get him. Get Joe and go after everybody else.
But due to the quick intervention by his co-workers, Jerry was disarmed before he could harm anyone else. The only loss of life was that of his boss, Tom. Lori shares that outside of work, Tom took care of his wife, who's bound to a wheelchair and battling advanced stage 4 cancer.
Did I ever in a million years think somebody would bring a gun in and shoot somebody? No. My brother, least of all. My brother played Santa for kids, for people in nursing homes. My brother was no doubt the kindest kid, and I wish he would have shot me instead of him. Chad, why didn't you take me instead? Why didn't you take me instead of Tommy?
Are you feeling any remorse for what you did today?
It's probably going to hit me later on, but as of right now, I'm just like, it happened. I can't control it. Yes, I do want to cry because, honestly, it could have been avoided. Yes. I know it was wrong. I know it could have went another way. But hey, it was my choice. As a human being, you make choices that you got to deal with. So now I had a body on my hand, and I'm probably going to be looking at a long, long time for this. So now I just rock.
Do you think you should be forgiven for this? No. What do you think that should happen to you?
Bury me, lock me up, leave me to rot. That's just the way it is.
According to court records, Jerry Motley Jr. was ultimately charged with homicide, first-degree murder, multiple theories, assault with intent to murder, weapon carrying with unlawful intent, and 2 counts of weapons felony firearm. A jury found him guilty on all counts, and on August 7, 2025, he received a cumulative sentence of life in prison without parole. If you'd like to see select new videos early and help us keep uncovering case files that rarely come to light, you'll find extra footage and unseen details on our Patreon. Channel memberships here on YouTube also include early access to select new videos.